There is no psychological earthquake quite as devastating as betrayal. You build a life with someone. You memorize their habits, you trust their word, and you sleep peacefully next to them, believing that the foundation of your reality is secure. And then, in a single, shattering moment of discovery, the entire structure collapses. A text message left on a glowing screen, a sudden change in routine, a confession in the dark. Suddenly, the person you loved transforms into a complete stranger. The most terrifying part of betrayal is not the end of the relationship. It is the sudden realization that your reality was an illusion. You are left staring at the ruins, asking the same agonizing question over and over again. Why did they do it? If the relationship was truly terrible, it would make sense. But often, it was a good relationship. It was peaceful. It was safe. So why do people deliberately destroy a good thing? The immediate reaction is to blame yourself. You obsess over your physical appearance, your flaws, and your inadequacies. You desperately compare yourself to the other person, convinced that they must possess some magical quality that you lack. You believe that if you had just been more attentive, more attractive, or more perfect, this never would have happened. But this is a profound psychological misconception. Betrayal is rarely about the person who was cheated on, and surprisingly, it is almost never about the person they cheated with. To understand the mind of the betrayer, we must look beyond the surface of morality and dive into the dark waters of analytical psychology, specifically the work of Carl Jung. Jung taught us that every individual constructs a persona, a social mask designed to be acceptable, lovable, and responsible. In a long-term relationship, people often build a very specific persona: the perfect partner, the reliable provider, the devoted spouse. But the heavier the mask, the larger the shadow grows. The shadow contains everything the ego refuses to acknowledge: the desire for absolute freedom, the craving for chaotic validation, the resentment of domestic responsibility, and the selfish primal impulses. When someone is deeply disconnected from their own shadow, they do not communicate their dissatisfaction. They do not have the courage to face the conflict of an honest breakup. Instead, the pressure in the unconscious mind builds until it demands an outlet. The betrayal is an explosion of the shadow. It is a subconscious act of self-sabotage designed to destroy the very life they felt silently suffocated by. They do not cheat because they hate you. They cheat because they are trying to escape the rigid, responsible version of themselves that they created to be with you. The affair is a twisted psychological rebellion against their own chosen life. Furthermore, betrayal is often a symptom of a profound narcissistic void. The betrayer uses the affair partner not as a genuine human connection, but as a mirror. A mirror designed to reflect back a younger, more exciting, and more desirable version of themselves. They are addicted to the initial high of being wanted, a high that long-term intimacy simply cannot provide. True intimacy requires vulnerability, honesty, and the terrifying willingness to be seen in all your flawed reality. The betrayer is terrified of this depth. They prefer the shallow waters of a secret affair because in the dark, they can pretend to be whoever they want. They are running from the heavy burden of being truly known. But the psychological cost of living a double life is immense. It requires a continuous, exhausting stream of lies, manipulations, and cognitive dissonance. The betrayer must split their own mind in half, compartmentalizing their guilt and justifying their actions to protect their fragile ego. They convince themselves that what you do not know cannot hurt you. But the rot spreads internally. They become paranoid, easily irritated, and emotionally distant, projecting their own internalized guilt onto you. They might even start accusing you of being suspicious or controlling, attacking you to defend their own secret crimes. Healing from the trauma of betrayal requires a radical shift in your internal narrative. You must stop looking for the answer in the mirror, and you must stop searching for it in the image of the affair partner. You must recognize the absolute psychological truth. Their betrayal was a collision with their own unhealed trauma, their own fractured identity, and their own inability to handle the weight of genuine love. You did not cause their shadow to erupt. You could not have loved them enough to fix a void that existed long before they met you. You were simply collateral damage in their internal war. Accepting this truth does not make the pain disappear instantly. The grief of losing the future you imagined is profound and must be felt. But it removes the heavy, toxic burden of self-blame. It strips the betrayer of their power over your self-worth. When you realize that their actions were a reflection of their psychological brokenness, not your inadequacy, the illusion shatters completely. You are no longer mourning the loss of a perfect partner. You are grieving the loss of a character they were playing. You will rebuild your reality. You will learn to trust yourself again. And you will walk away from the ruins with a profound, untouchable strength. Because true psychological resilience is born in the moment you refuse to let someone else's darkness extinguish your light. You survive the betrayal not by understanding why they did it, but by understanding that it had absolutely nothing to do with your value. You are whole, you are worthy, and you are finally free from the illusion.